Question number 61. The number of points where f of x is equal to x square minus 7x plus 12 mod x square minus 4x plus 3 plus mod of x minus 3 into sine pi x is not differentiable is or are. Just factorize x square minus 7x plus 12. It is x minus 4 x minus 3 mod of this is x minus 3 x minus 1 mod plus mod of x minus 3 sine pi x. This is your f of x. So see, let this function is your hx and this function is your gx. So function hx is not differentiable at only x equal to 1. We know modulus of x minus a is not differentiable at x equal to a. So by observing h of x, this function should not be differentiable at x equal to 3 and 1. But you have x minus 3 another factor here. So you have x equal to 3 is double root. So your given function hx is differentiable at x equal to 3. So entire function hx is not differentiable at only x equal to 1. What about gx? In gx you have mod of x minus 3 into sine pi x. So sine pi x is always differentiable. And what about x equal to 3? See, x equal to 3 is a double root because sine 3 pi is also 0 and mod of x minus 3 is also 0 at x equal to 3. So 3 is double root of g of x. So your function g of x is differentiable at x equal to 3. So your function g of x is always differentiable. So your entire function f of x, that is equal to h of x plus g of x. So h of x is not differentiable at x equal to 1 and g of x is always differentiable. So your entire function f of x is not differentiable at x equal to 1. So question is asking number of points. So number of points is only 1. So option number 2 is your correct answer. I hope you understand this question very well. Now move on next question. Question number 62. Consider a function f of x, x cube minus 3x square minus 9x plus 2 if x is less than 2, 4 plus k minus k square minus x square if x is greater than or equal to 2. If f of x has a local minima at x equal to 2, then the exhaustive set of values of k. So question is saying your function has a local minima at x equal to 2. So f of 2 is less than f of 2 plus and f of 2 minus is greater than from f of 2. So now observing your function for x is greater than or equal to 2, this is your constant minus x square. So this function is always decreasing function for x is greater than or equal to 2. So see here f of 2 is greater than from f of 2 plus, but for getting local minima f of 2 should be less than f of 2 plus, but according to question f of 2 is greater than f of 2 plus. So there is no local minima at x equal to 2. So there is no values of k for there is any local minima. So there is any exhaustive set of values of k empty set because there is no such values of k for which this function gives local minima at x equal to 2. So option number 4 is your correct answer. Now move on next question. Question number 63. Consider a 3 by 3 matrix A. Let Aij denotes the element of ith row and jth column of matrix A such that Aij plus Ajk plus Aki is equal to 0 for all ijk from 1 to 3. Then the value of summation of Aij where ij belongs to from 1 to 3 is not equal to. So it is given Aij plus Ajk plus Aki is equal to 0. So just substitute I equal to j is equal to k. So you are getting Aii plus Aii plus Aii is equal to 0. So from here you are getting 3 times Aii is 0. So Aii is 0. Now just substitute I equal to k in equation 1. So you are getting Aij plus Aji plus Aii that is equal to 0. So where Aii is also 0. So you are getting Aij is equal to minus Aji. So in a matrix you are getting Aii is 0 and Aij is equal to minus Aji. So your given matrix A is skew symmetric matrix. So you know summation of, according to question is asking summation of Aij, where I and j belongs to 1 to 3. So for skew symmetric matrix, sum of all elements is equal to 0. So its answer is 0. But question is asking the value of this thing is not equal to. So 0 is equal to this thing. Now trace A. Trace A is summation of all diagonal element, that is AII, which is also equal to 0. So this value is equal to 0. So trace A is also 0. Question is asking not equal to. Now third one, determinant of A, that is 0. For skew symmetric matrix, determinant of A is 0. So determinant A cube is also 0. So this is not your answer. Now last one, trace of A plus I. So you can see easily trace of A plus I. You know the property trace A plus I is equal to trace A plus trace of I. So you know trace A is 0 and trace I is equal to 3. So you are getting this thing 3, which is not equal to 0. So option number 4 is your correct answer. Now move on next question. Question number 64. Let A, B, C, D are 4 non-zero non-collinear vectors such that B vector and D vector are not perpendicular to each other. So B vector dot D vector is not equal to 0. And A vector cross B vector is equal to C vector cross B vector. Also A vector dot D vector is equal to 0. This is given, A vector dot D vector is equal to 0. Then A vector equals. So this is given, A vector cross B vector is equal to C vector cross B vector. So just do cross multiply both the side with D vector. And this is vector triple product, and you know how to calculate it. Simply B vector A vector dot D vector minus A vector B vector dot D vector, that is equal to B vector C vector dot D vector minus C vector B vector dot D vector. So you know A vector dot D vector is 0 according to question. So minus A vector is equal to B vector C vector dot D vector divided by B vector dot D vector, because this is not equal to 0, minus C vector. So A vector is equal to C vector minus B vector C vector dot D vector divided by B vector dot D vector. So by observing your options, C vector minus B vector times C vector dot D vector divided by B vector dot D vector. So option number 1 is your correct answer. Now move on next question. Question number 65. Let A, B, C are vertices of a triangle ABC. Then the value of capital R divided by small r is, where capital R is circumradius and small r in radius of triangle ABC. So first of all, just calculate length AB. Side AB, that is equal to 0 plus 2 whole square plus 0, that is equal to 2. Now BC, that is equal to root 2, and CA, that is equal to also root 2. So you can observe AB square is equal to BC square plus CA square. So you can say by observing Pythagoras theorem, ABC is an right angle triangle where AB is hypotenuse and at C there is angle 90 degree. So now you can say easily circumradius is equal to half of hypotenuse, so that is equal to 1. Now small r, that is equal to delta upon S, where delta is area of triangle ABC, that is 1 by 2 into BC into AC, that is root 2, and root 2 divided by small s, that is 2 plus root 2 plus root 2 divided by 2. Just calculate it. This is 2 divided by 2 plus 2 root 2, which is equal to 1 upon 1 plus root 2. Now according to question, capital R divided by small r, that is 1 upon 1 divided by root 2 plus 1, which is equal to root 2 plus 1. Now you know 1 upon root 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1 upon root 2 minus 1, which is equal to 10 pi by 8. So this is equal to cot pi by 8. So according to options, option number 2 is your correct answer. Now move on next question.